Some of the skills that you talked about, I think it's very pervasive. I think any industry or I think attitude is most important than skill. I personally hire only for attitude. I don't hire for skill because we need to reskill everybody that we hire. And our reskilling program is very intense. If somebody comes out of a work that he's doing for a customer or a product, if he has 1 hour window, he's forced to go training. He doesn't have a choice. I personally thought when I finished my engineering that I'm done with studies because my brother was a doctor and I used to find him studying all the time. And I was very scared of him. Because all he used to do was study every time. He's on vacation, he's studying. We have a festival, he's studying. That's how I should do engineering. Once you do engineering, you don't have to study. Unfortunately, I realized that coming in technology, that has not been true. We have to do even more than what we do in college. College was easy because in college, the skill which is taught is really obsolete. Most colleges, and it's not the fault of a college. I think what is happening is the technology is changing much faster than anybody anticipated. Nobody anticipated technology to change at the pace that it is changing as of today. So it's not college's fault that people are not picking up the right skill, is because colleges don't know. The only way for college to keep track of this is to study the trend and teach the trends ahead of the time. So if colleges of today can teach technology trend about Internet of Things, can teach trend about data, can teach trend about analytics, can they teach trend about design, then that will be relevant probably 5 years from now. 10 years from now, that will become irrelevant. So what we need to teach is how to learn. How to learn quickly at a much faster pace at a shorter time frame. Because that's what we do. In technology industry, what we do for a living is learning very, very rapidly. Things that we have no idea about. And we are going to do work and change businesses and impact how things will work tomorrow in the world. And that is a skill which is hard to teach because there is no course around it. Nobody teaches curiosity. Nobody teaches, when you go to school and you raise your hand 3 times, the 4th time the teacher will tell you, shut up, I know you're smart. Right? And I'm sure if you're a student, you have gone through that, and I've gone through that. What we need to teach is how to explore, how to learn things quickly, how to break down complex things into simple things. That's how you learn. You learn complex things by breaking it down. You can learn, complex modern physics. You can learn quantum physics by breaking it down into very simple rules, and then you can understand what quantum mechanics is. But if somebody is going to be given a book on quantum mechanics and say, go read it, there is just no way you can figure out. So what we need to teach is how to learn. And it's an art. It can be taught. And we do for learning. So for example, you can leverage technology today. Once you have mobile, you can break down your entire course content into small 20-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute instructions in a form of a video, or in a form of a presentation, or in the form of a text, or in the form of a quiz. And that can be consumed by people dramatically in a different manner. Now this is not futuristic, we do it today. And Persistent, our entire training system is on this mobile. And my people are learning all the time. Because that's the reality, that's the need for the market. Now coming to this skill question, I think it's very interesting. It's all the data that I saw earlier, 483 million people, 10% employability or degrees, that's 48 million people. IT industry has employs around 3.3 million. And I saw the chart that you had, which was very interesting. 51 million people in logistics. They are basically shifting boxes. That job will disappear the day robots come in. So jobs are going to disappear faster than we anticipated. Okay, that's a big trend which is happening across the world. If you look at data in 50s in America to the data today, the manufacturing jobs have come down in the US as well. If you look at Germany, which is one of the highly industrialized economies, the manufacturing jobs have come down by almost like 40–50%. The services jobs are going to come down. So in IT outsourcing world, for example, the IT outsourcing world was built, and I got involved in 2004, was built on efficiency. You take a work and you make it more efficient. How do you make it more efficient? You teach people how to do things so that they can do it faster. and in a predictable manner. The importance in that was about doing it in a predictable manner. It's not about applying your thought. It was not important. And that's how the outsourcing business grew. Because we could fire thousands and thousands of people and teach them how to do the same thing again and again in a predictable manner. Unfortunately, the new technology is going to disrupt. So I used to work with a different company earlier where we used to do a lot of outsourcing. And then I could see that the outsourcing business, the way it stands, is going to be dead very soon. The number of IT jobs, as it is known today, is going to come down by at least 50%, new jobs. So today when you see 100,000 people getting new jobs, that's definitely going to come down to 50,000. And it's going to continue its downward spiral. And the reason is because of the new technology, it takes half the time, half the number of people, and less than half the money to build something new. And when you do something like this, then you need, so what do people do? This is a question that we ask ourselves, what are people going to do? I think the answer is what happened during the Industrial Revolution. Before the Industrial Revolution, there was no concept of things like assembly line. There were no concepts of things like design. Design was individualized. The maker, the guy who made the shoe based on what his capability was. There was no industrial design concept. I think we are entering an age of technology where there is going to be a completely dramatically different set of jobs. Content, we think is going to be a new job. Data is going to be a new job. Business decisions, outsourced, will be a new job. Analytics for taking large data and creating problems that can be pushed back to management to take a decision will be a new department. If you go back, in East India Company had, if you go to Calcutta, there's a writers building. You know what writers did? They wrote letters for East India Company. There was a building for writers. Their only job was to write letters. Today you don't see that. Typewriter is gone. So there is going to be a dramatically different new set of jobs which is going to come in the market. And this job will require a very different skill. And if that skill is not taught, unfortunately, with the young population that India has, we have a huge task ahead of us, which is to employ all these people because they are being taught skills which is irrelevant. I worry about when I see my children trying to learn some of the things that they are trying to learn in the school. I know that most of the things they are learning is completely irrelevant to what they are going to do tomorrow. They will not be able to utilize most of the skills that they are acquiring. Not the basic skills. I'm not talking about the basic skills. We need the basic skills. Right? That's important. But the things that will be required for tomorrow will be designed. How do you design things? How do you design a very different experience for the user? Because everybody, today it's a Facebook generation. I put a photo, 100 likes. I need appreciation right now. That's the reality. How do you design that? How do you design an experience where I am happy and excited for what I get right now? That's a very dramatically different challenge than how we manufacture. Henry Ford said, I can give you any color car as long as it's black. So we're going from that to intense personalization. And that will create new jobs, that will create new category of jobs. So it's a very interesting problem. At our own company, we grapple with this. We try to partner with a lot of industry, academician. We work with people in US and India. We designed a computing institute. I don't know if you've heard about it. We have launched a Persistent Computing Institute, which will go and teach computer science. It's not training the teachers. We are going to teach computer science in colleges. And this computer science is going to be about data. It's going to be about visualization of data. It's going to be about design. It's about analytics. It's going to be about fundamentals of computing. Because the technology is becoming so pervasive that if people who are working in this sector, if they don't understand it, they will become redundant. And the fear that I have about IT sector, I hope there's not media people here, is that most of the people in this industry, the 3.3 million, are going to get redundant very soon. That's a scary thought, but that's the reality. So unless they reskill themselves, unless they change themselves, unless they equip themselves, unless they become continuous learning, they have a very tough time ahead, and maybe they will get employed.